What is up, guys, and welcome back to the Chillin' with Dylan podcast. You're chilling with your host Dylan today, and we up in the official, unofficial studio, and we have a very special guest, Mr. Oliver Biggs.
Well, how we doing?
Doing good, brother. How are you today?
I'm glad to be here. I've never been on a podcast before, but if I'm going to be on a podcast for the first time, you're the man I want to be on it with.
Hey, dude, that's what's up. I'm very excited to have you here, especially because brought some toys with you today, or
Yeah.
a toy.
I brought my keyboard. I like to play piano, and yeah, so this will be a first for the podcast, I guess, having a musical instrument. But I've got this guy.
Oh yeah,
That's a it's an F7 chord.
yeah. just so y'all know that there's actually a keyboard in the room.
Yeah, yeah. There's a keyboard in the room.
It is physically present.
And it can do a bunch of sounds. It could be a jazz organ if you want it to be, and you can make something funky, kind of like this.
That is funky.
But yeah, maybe we'll get into that in just a little bit.
So, I don't know, just let's go over some basics, I guess. Like, I know where you're from, but all these people who are listening don't. So, why don't you share where you're from and kind of like a little bit of, you don't gotta go too deep, but just like what's your backstory, kind of, or like your
My lore.
yeah, just like the short of it. Like, what brought you out here to the Ponderosa?
Well, my name's Oliver, and I'm originally from Pensacola, Florida, born and raised up on the beach in Northwest Florida. And I love it there. I love my home, love Pensacola. I go back all the time. It's where my family still lives. And I think I like nature because of Pensacola. I think that growing up on the beach and being on the water that's what I remember most about my childhood, for sure. So I've always been very drawn to nature. And I lived in Florida for pretty much my entire childhood, and even in college too. I went to college, and when I was in college, I worked at a state park for a bit. I did a lot of other things, but I worked at a state park for a while called Payne's Prairie.
Payne's Prairie.
Payne's Prairie.
Wait,
yeah.
like PAIN or
Paynes.
Okay,
Prairie.
okay. So
Payne
not...
apostrophe S. Guy named Payne.
I thought it was like you just go to this prairie and you just get stabbed or something.
So basically, I got beat up every day because I had to be in Payne at Payne's Prairie. But no, it's a wetland preserve, and they had a bunch of alligators and stuff. So people would go there, and there was a boardwalk where you'd like watch animals, and I didn't get paid to be there. I was just a volunteer. Like my day job, when I was in college, I did all sorts of shit. I was like a pharmacy technician. I was a lab tech. I worked at a restaurant. I did Uber Eats. I was a bartender for a bit. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do in college. I just fucked around. I played piano and hung out, and managed to graduate. And after I graduated, I was like, damn, do I go live a corporate life? Do I go to fucking grad school? What the hell?
Yeah, like...
And I just didn't want to go back to school. I mean, I liked college, but I didn't like school very much. I liked the aspect of freedom and like trying out new things. But what I kind of took away, I guess, was that I liked the state park job the most, even though it was just a volunteer gig. Like, what I did really is I just kind of sat there and was nice to people. I was like, welcome to the preserve. How are you guys doing? There's like baby alligators down the boardwalk over there if you want me to show you where they are. And I just kind of took the opportunity to talk about nature with people. And I mean, there were some older volunteers that taught me all about plants and the birds and the migrations and what's blooming and, the life cycle of alligators and stuff like that. And I feel like most people that came to that park had never seen an alligator before. And it was
I haven't.
Yeah, it was like a really cool experience for people to see an alligator for the first time. And like facilitating those experiences of people just like having a great time in a new natural environment was pretty meaningful to me. So after I graduated, I was like, man, I'm going to do seasonal work in a park.
Yeah.
And so, I got on coolworks.com, you know,
That's the plug. That's the plug. Get
shout
on
out
that shit.
shout out Coolworks. And when all my other friends were like, "All right, I'm gonna move to the city and get an internship or go to grad school," I was like, "Hey, I just graduated. I'm gonna go be a server at the Zion Lodge in Utah." They're like, "What the fuck? Since when did you want to do that?" I was like, "I got a job there. I applied to a bunch of shit. I mean, it could have been Yosemite, could have been Yellowstone, could have been goddamn Glacier, but I mean, the timing and the type of job that I got was down there at the lodge, and I didn't know nothing about Utah. I'd never been out here before. I mean, I'm an East Coaster, so
East Coast represent.
but anyway, I did it. It took a whim. I actually didn't do it alone though. Me and my buddy Alex did it together. We road trip from Florida to Utah, and I worked at the Zion Lodge, and me and Dylan both worked at the lodge.
Yeah, yeah.
Not at the same time though. Just a coincidence. We both did it.
It's a it's really funny because like yesterday I made the episode with Anthony and
Mhm.
we were talking about the lodge too, so it's like really interesting to have we all just like ended up in the same place like here, but
Mhm.
like started like our seasonal lifestyles like at the same place
It's
too.
pretty cool. Yeah, and I feel like you, me, and Anthony kind of have a similar outlook.
Oh
I
yes.
would I read that pretty clearly. Shout out Anthony.
Shout out, dude. I will be ordering a new thing of like microphones, and it's a set of 4. So me, you, and Anthony. I think that would be a awesome episode, yo.
Me, you, Anthony, and Bailey, and me and
And
Bailey
Bailey,
both have pianos.
dude, double piano action, and then
Mhm.
Anthony and I just get extremely drunk and cheer y'all on. Like
Hey,
that
man.
would,
That sounds fun to me, whether it's being recorded
yeah,
or not.
no,
But
yeah, yeah.
so what time were you in the lodge? Like what dates?
I started at the lodge. I think it was September 1st of 2022, and then, yeah, I was with this chick that, she God bless her heart, but, like, she just could I think she could never really be happy in a place for too long, so she ended up kinda, like, quitting, and then I was like, "Well, fuck, now I gotta quit too,"
Mm.
because, you
But
know,
like when did she quit though? And when did you
It
both
it it
leave?
was, like, beginning of October that we were, like, out of there,
Oh,
so it
so
was
it
like,
was only a month.
yeah, but the 1 month that I was there really, like, a lot happened, and it really,
Oh, I
like
know.
yeah, yeah, that lodge is I
Place is
actually,
a that place is an energy vortex.
have you been down there recently?
No.
It's, like, ran by Powder Resorts now, and I talked to, like, some of the there was this chick working in the gift shop, and she said that she had worked there a few years ago when Zan Terrible was running it, and then, like, now she works there again, and I was like, "Is it any better?" And she's like, "No, not
I didn't
really."
figure
So,
so.
yeah, it's,
Well, I missed you by a very short period because I worked at the lodge, December 2022 through March 23.
dang,
So literally clipped by like 2 months.
I wonder how long I
People
feel
talked about you. You remember Annie?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah. Dude, that's crazy.
yeah.
That is so insane, like
It was a party house and people were getting fired left and right when I was there.
yeah, I remember oh my god, dude, there was this one time, you know that little, there's, like, the recreation area
The fucking
center?
basketball.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
basketball court thing, it was like I didn't really participate in this because I didn't know it was going on, but it was, th they threw, like, a party um, in that rec center, and I guess somebody had brought, like, a shoebox full of, like, weed and joints and stuff, and party got busted, and, like, NPS, which for the listeners, that stands for National Park Service, um, they, yeah, they came up in there, and obviously, in a national park, you can't have that shit, so person got, like, taken away in handcuffs for weed, man. I was like
Yeah, weed related stuff was the majority of what people got fired for or got in trouble for, which is kind of ridiculous because I just don't think that weed should be a crime at all personally.
no, yeah, I mean, it's
I think like alcohol is far more destructive than
hey,
marijuana.
I'll drink to that, mate.
And I'll drink to that. Yeah, we both have Coors Banquets right now.
Coors Banquet. And mine is
Not sponsored.
estupidamente
You think
gelada.
one day you'll be sponsored?
I think so.
Yeah, you think
Or I'll
so?
just be my own sponsor.
Okay,
Self-made.
I like that.
Something like that.
Um, you wanna hear my story of how I got fired from the Zion Lodge?
I do. I do.
This is kind of a funny one. Uh, I was there for a couple months, and man, I'll say the feel like the lodge for me was the best of times and the worst of times.
Oh,
To
yeah.
quote, I think Charles Dickens, "It's the best of times, it was the worst of times." Uh, there's a book that starts with that, but I'm not
Mm,
sure which one. Maybe Wuthering Heights or something like that.
a
Anyway,
classic.
yeah, I know that starts a book, but anyway, it was the best of times and it was the worst of times. And I got there in the winter, and seeing Zion Canyon in the winter, especially that winter, which was really snowy, like particularly snowy, um, it was amazing. I mean, seeing the canyon illuminated with the coat of white snow and sheer, red rock cliffs and green evergreen trees and blue rivers and blue sky. I will say this and I will die on this, but Zion has the coolest color scheme of any place I've ever
Oh,
been.
dude, it is magnificent. I mean,
And I still work in Zion, just in a better place. I mean, that's where we work up here at the Ponderosa. And yeah, I mean, I fell in love with Southern Utah, definitely.
oh,
Even
dude.
in the amount of time that I stayed at the lodge. The job itself was a chaotic nightmare, but
Yeah, it
but
kinda sucked out there, dude.
anyway, people lived in the same quarters as the people that they worked with, so there was no like coworker or like life uh, dichotomy. Like, more normal jobs, your coworkers just have their own lives and their work persona. But then at the Zion
Yeah.
Lodge, like everybody lived in the same area, so people would go crazy outside of work, and then you'd see them at work, and it would just cause this weird kind of social experiment. I would
It's
say,
just a bunch of lab rats up in this
yeah,
fucking national
and
park.
everybody was different. Everybody came from somewhere and out of the U.S. and wanted to either be an adventurer out in Utah or escape something.
Yeah, or
And
there was just the people that were just bumming around getting free housing, which more
yeah,
power to you, dude. You hacked the system, but
yeah, definitely a very interesting diversity of characters were at the lodge, and it was cool to kind of be a part of that, I would say.
mhm.
But anyway, they fired people for marijuana a lot. That was a huge thing. My buddy Tim, shout out Tim, got fired because they did a room search and found
Wait,
weed in his room.
pocket beer, Tim?
No, dude, a
Uh,
different Tim that got there the same time as me.
dude, there was like 5 Tims I knew at that lodge.
Me too.
Pocket beer Tim, crazy Tim, housekeeping Tim, because I
No, no,
didn't
this was
know.
hippie Tim.
Hippie Tim, okay, okay. So many Tims.
Me and hippie Tim one time we tried climbing Checkerboard Mesa in the snow and
Oh,
almost like fell off of
Jesus.
it, and yeah, we didn't know what we were getting into.
Wait, like, just free climbing
Just
it,
going
or
for it, yeah, like
damn.
like up a little canyon. Anyway, that's a whole different story. But anyway, there was this kid named Landon,
Ooh,
and that's his real
Landon.
name. I don't even give a shit. That's his real name.
Hey, I've met a few Landons in my life.
And
It's
Landon, I mean, he was put in a room with this guy named Chris, who was a dishwasher, and he was like a older man who was a severe alcoholic, and he
oh,
would literally
boy.
just drink himself to bed every day.
Little
And then this
nightcap.
like 18-year-old kid shows up and is his roommate, and he's a little shithead. And anyway, Landon is smoking weed outside, and they hired a guy to be a security guard, and the security guard, John, security guard's a drunk idiot who's also a pedophile,
Oh, Jesus,
and
man.
he's hired to be a security guard. And anyway, he pulls up and he goes, and I'm standing outside, and Landon's smoking dope, and it's dark, and I'm just chilling on the porch in CV, which is the dorms.
Canyon Vista, let's go.
And anyway, Landon's smoking dope. I'm chilling there with some other people, and then he looks at Landon and he goes, "Smoking dope." And
Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. Would
and
you like some?
then Landon just freezes and then goes inside. And then I'm just like out there, and then he looks at me and I'm like, "Hey, we'll put
Mm,
it away." But I don't know. I guess I just didn't realize how big of a deal they took marijuana.
yeah.
They took it really seriously. And I was just like, "Hey, sorry, John. We'll go put it away." Even though I wasn't really smoking, I was just there. And then I find out like 2 weeks later, I go into work. They're like, "Hey, we need you to go to HR." I was like, "What for?" I'm like, "You'll find out." basically, they were just like, "So why were you smoking weed on this day?" And they were like, "What happened this day?" And I was like, "Oh, Landon was smoking weed and then he got busted." And then they were like, "Right." But the dude John, he had it out for me because he didn't like me very much because I told him to fuck off one time.
Oh, man, he was just holding on to that one, dude.
Yeah, no, well, one time he
Fuck
was
you, John.
yeah, well, he was an idiot. He was a drunk idiot and he was a pedophile. So one time he was creeping outside these girls, not a pedophile, but like a sexual predator.
Yeah, like a peeping Tom
A peeping Tom,
weirdo, like,
yeah, like a pervert. That's a better word.
yeah.
That's what I meant to say. So anyway, there was the girls' dorms, and he would just literally stand outside the girls' rooms and just like creep on them. And one time he was doing that, and I told him, "John, what are you doing?" He was like, I was
You
like,
smoking dope.
and then I was just like, "Fuck off, John." And anyway, he didn't. I don't know. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I mean,
You did.
whatever. It happened, just to be honest. So he had it out for me. So he blamed me for smoking weed. And then they said, "You're under investigation." And then I didn't go to work for 3 days, and then they called me in, and they said I was fired.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that I don't know, man. That place was, like, very interesting because, like, I know during, like, the application process, they're like, "Oh, yeah, we're gonna do a drug test and a background check," and then you get there, and everybody's blazing up, everybody's drunk as fuck, and everybody has an insane criminal record.
Mhm.
Like, there was
The
a
people that were managers were all criminals, straight up.
yeah. Was Jared the, like, general manager when you were there?
I don't know. I don't
You kinda look
remember.
like Squilliam Fancy like
I
like
don't remember very many people except for the other seasonals that I made friends with.
okay. Well, yeah, Jared, man, Jared, if you're listening to this, fuck you. You can suck a dick, dude. That rice maker you bought as a present for all of us, dude. Fuck off with that shit, man. Like, dude,
Yeah,
fuck that guy.
I look at getting fired from the Zion Lodge as a good experience, honestly. Overall, it
Yeah,
was great. I got a job like 3 weeks later here at the Ponderosa, so I was like, "Oh, Zion's pretty cool. I wanna stay here."
it's like
A
right up the street,
Yeah,
dude.
so I just stayed in Zion, and I just found this place. I worked in the restaurant for a bit, and that sent me on a whole other journey. But shit, that was more than 2.5 years ago.
Yeah, and now you do Jeep tours and
I do a lot of other stuff now.
basically manage the rec barn, like,
Yep. I mean,
they're like
I think it's cool that I got fired from a job.
yeah,
You
yeah, I
know,
mean,
I'll always have that. I think it's fun.
I am still confused on whether because I never said, like, "I quit," but when, my ex was like, "Man, fuck this place, I'm outta here," I was just like I didn't say that I quit, and they didn't say that they fired me, I just left with so
The
I
lodge. Yeah,
yeah.
that's the thing. You know, that's the another thing about the Zion Lodge, and this is the only part that I'm a little bitter about. But HR told me if you agree to leave, we'll mark it as a resignation. So I was like, huh? And they were like, no future employer will ever know that you were fired or terminated or whatever. We will just say that you decided to leave. And I said, oh, okay, that's cool, I guess. Sure. I don't really want to work here anymore anyway. You guys are weird. And immediately after I got fired, like 5 of my other coworkers that I was friends with quit in unison, and we all did a trip to San
Dude,
Diego.
that is so sick.
Yeah,
Bro, I definitely saw that happen there as well because, like, there was a couple people that got fired, and then, it'd be, like, maybe 2 or 3 other people would be like, "Man, fuck this place." Like, I'm going with this guy, and we're gonna go do so" like
yeah, people were pretty free spirited. I'll say that. But some of my closest friends, I worked at the lodge with, and I still keep in touch with.
yeah.
And but yeah, we did that trip. Anyway, they told me it would be a resignation. Fucking lied, because long story short, I eventually started working as a park ranger. And I literally did a 6-month season working for the government as a park ranger. And I had some cool experience. I worked in California for a bit, yada yada yada. But and then
Where at in California again?
I was I worked in the Sequoia National Park
Okay. Is
in
that
Cali.
that's near, like, Kings Canyon and
Yeah, yeah, it's in the eastern, or sorry, the Western Sierras, like
pretty
south
near
of Yosemite.
yeah, and, like, pretty close to Fresno and shit like that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
Fresno sucks, dude.
Fresno's yeah, sucks, but
It's
that's
a
like the closest
shithole.
that's Fresno's just the closest airport.
Yeah.
That's the only real connection to Sequoia that Fresno has, but anyway, that was great. I could go on and on and on about what I did in Sequoia, sure, but, like anyway, I eventually got a job as a park ranger in Yosemite, and I almost did it, but they did a background check on me and were like, "Why'd you get fired from this job? In your background check, you
Uh,
said that you resigned." And I was like, "That's what they told me."
oh my
So
god,
part of
dude.
the reason that I got fucked over by the Park Service is because of Xanterra.
Zan
Because
terrible.
basically the human resources lied to me. They said, "We'll mark this as a resignation, and it won't affect your employment record." I was like, "Okay." So then, whenever I filled out background checks, because the federal government, if you're going to be a park ranger or any like NOAA or
Yeah.
NPS or Forestry Service, any federal agency, they make you fill out like a big background check.
They need to know
So they were like, "Why
everything.
did you leave this job?" And I said, "I resigned and seeked another job." And that worked the first time. Shit. I worked as a park ranger in Big Cypress Preserve in South Florida, and my background check was affirmed. Like they didn't ask no questions or anything. And but then I get a second Park Service job, and they do a bigger check, and apparently on Xanterra's record, they have that I was terminated. So they just straight up lied to me. I mean, I would
Mm,
have never put on a background check that I resigned if it had been different. I would have just put the truth. But
yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, well, if I would have put that I was terminated, that in my mind would have collided with my record. You
Yeah.
know what I
It
mean?
would have been like you're lying on it,
Exactly. It's
basically.
like, well, if I would have put that, then I would have actually been lying. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah, it's like you as far as you understood, things were different than what they made it out to be.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, they just lied to you, dude.
Straight
And
up.
that's like that's
So
Xanterra. That is Xanterra for you. They
Xanterra is a horrible, horrible company. I'm sure that yesterday on the podcast with Anthony, you guys
oh,
talked at length about how awful Xanterra is,
we
but
were smack talking that shit like crazy, dude.
you guys don't got shit on it compared to me. Like Xanterra
Yeah.
almost ruined my career.
Yeah, I mean, that's like that, it's like
I just kind of had to create a second career, but yeah, my as far as like my Park Service career, in many ways, it's been completely ruined by Xanterra because that's going to be on my record forever.
yeah, and it like I remember uh I don't know, like a year or two, no, 2 years ago. It was before I left to come out here, but I was in Oklahoma before here. So before I left to go to Oklahoma, like Oklahoma wasn't even like the main goal. It was just like something that happened after this, but I I was like, "Oh man, we could go back to Zion and like work there again." That place was beautiful and it was fun and um so my ex and I we applied to the lodge again and I got a phone call interview and I mean, they never told me like you can't come back or anything, but I had the interview and they were like, "Oh yeah, your name is like flagged in our system because you got fired and if you get fired, you can't reapply for 7 years." And I was like, "Oh, well, fuck you. I don't want to work here anyway then. Like if you're going to make it all weird like that." It's like, yeah, there's no reason to do
So that means we
any
both on paper got fired without knowing that we got fired.
pretty much because
That's crazy.
they never told me like you're fired and I never told them I quit. Like it just
They told me they straight up told me to my face that I wasn't terminated, and then apparently I still was.
man, yeah. I don't know. I'm very grateful to because like Zion is like an area that is just like I mean, it's a place that I think I'll keep coming back to throughout my life and I'm very grateful that this time when I came back, I ended up here.
Mhm.
I mean, obviously,
I have a lot of love for the Ponderosa.
yeah.
I have love for East Side Adventures, and I have love for the Ponderosa. I'm very thankful to be where I'm at now, though.
Oh, dude, I have done so much growing and learning and made so many friends that I know I will keep in contact with for the rest of my life. And
This business actually makes sense. It's actually run by decent people, so
yeah, it's ran by Mormons that know how to run businesses,
it's ran
dude.
by industrious ass Mormons.
Yeah,
Shout out
dude.
Mormons.
It's like how, like, the Amish are, like, super good at, like, building houses and shit. Mormons are just hella good at, like, building businesses. Like, they
Yeah,
could
they
build
are.
that shit in
They're
a
good at building
night.
houses and making butter too. I mean, the Amish and the
Yeah.
Mormons would probably get along.
Okay, I've always, like, asked this question, and I think it's, like, obvious what the answer is, but, like, if you had to bet, like, if there was a war between Mormons and Amish people, who would you bet on?
Amish.
That's yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think the
The
answer is
Amish don't
obvious.
need anybody's help.
Yeah, they could literally build, like, a castle in an hour.
You know what I saw one time that, like, I'll never forget?
I don't
Um,
know what you saw one time that you'll never
well,
forget.
I'll be honest, I didn't actually see this, but this is something that I someone told me one time, and I just think it's the funniest thing. Sometimes, and like to frame a story, I'll say that like I saw this one time, but I didn't. But basically, it's so inconsequential that it doesn't really matter. Basically, someone told me one time that they saw an Amish dude vaping,
Oh, whoa, damn.
like using a geek bar.
Oh, whoa, he's geeking.
Yeah, so imagine, like the neck beard, like the weird haircut,
The top hat and
the
everything.
top hat, like the suspenders and the black and white and the button down white shirt, the pilgrim shoes, and he's just straight up ripping a vape.
He's geek barring.
Anyway,
No, dude, I've taken the train from, like, Michigan to, like, Chicago and stuff, and, like, gone from Chicago to other places, and for some reason, I mean, like, the Amish like to travel by train, I guess. I mean, it
mhm.
makes sense. It's like,
The Amish love postcards.
dude, I might have to
Yeah, the
write them
Amish
some
would come to
letters.
the Sequoia Visitor Center all the time, and they would buy a shit ton of postcards, and they would never ever use anything but cash.
You know
Makes
what?
sense. It
Mad
checks.
respect. Cash is king, dude.
Right.
Cash is king.
I've never ever seen an Amish person with a card, and I can believe that. They probably don't trust banks as much as they don't trust like electricity.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing is, like, I when I go to Chicago and I'm in the Union Station to get on, like, a train, there's, like, a fuck ton of Amish people, and they all have, like, phones, and they all, like, have, like, shopping bags full of, like, it's just, like, really weird to see that, but I know that, like, a thing in, like, the Amish culture is, like, I think it's, like, I forget if it's, like, when you're 16 or 18, but basically you get to go off on, like, an adventure into the quote unquote real world, and when you do that, you get to decide whether you want to leave the Amish community forever and live in the modern world, or stay in your Amish community. And, like, I think, like, a lot of those people, like, in Chicago, like, at the train station are on that, like, because they're usually, like, younger people, maybe, like, their parents will come with or something too, but, yeah, it's super weird to just, like, like, what the Amish are all about, and then you just see them in a train station going against everything you've ever thought that the Amish
Yeah,
do.
I mean, like it makes sense. I mean, you can't just
Yeah.
stay in your isolated community, and it's a big wide world out there, and urbanization is taking over the entire world. So it's really just isolated pockets that have this like pioneer, idealized look to it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's, like, weird in a bad way, it's just, like, very interesting to see.
I mean, I feel like you said that there's like a either be the real world or stay in our community. But nah, there's people that probably do both. There's probably some
Oh,
that go
yeah.
back to their community but still have phones and doom scroll and vape.
Yeah, yeah. There's definitely, I know one of the, like, rules that they have is, like, in your main house, you can't have, like, electricity and all that shit, but you can have a shed in your backyard that has all the fucking hookups, so they will, like, have their house, which is basically a shed-sized thing with nothing in it, and then their shed in the backyard is, like, big as fuck, and it's got flat screen TV, and, like, it's just like, okay, what what's the point anyway,
Yeah,
man?
I feel like it's almost. not really fair to compare Mormons to Amish people because,
Oh,
like,
no, yeah.
Mormons are just a different thing.
Yeah, it's a whole different.
Like, there are people that are Mormon that have, like, a Amish characteristic, but those are the fundamentalist Mormons, and
Yeah.
so those people, I think, are comparable to Amish. But, like, their whole thing is, "Oh, well, we believe what Brigham Young and Joseph Smith did is the way." And those people existed in the 1800s, so that's,
Yeah, yeah. And then there's, like, I mean, here at the Ponderosa, like,
like, mainstream Mormons are just kind of indistinguishable from normal Americans, except they don't drink.
yeah, it's honestly, like, if I met a Mormon and a Christian, the only way, like, I'd be able to distinguish the 2 is I know the Mormon would be if I offered him a coffee, he'd say, "No, thank you."
Yeah, just
That's
no,
about it,
just don't
like,
drink coffee, don't drink alcohol, and probably speaks another language fluently.
yeah, 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 I mean, I know a lot of the Mormons here at the Ponderosa speak Portuguese.
Mhm.
They go on their missions to Brazil and shit, and I don't know, I think the missions are, like, kinda cool, but, like, only for, like, the travel. Like, I don't necessarily vibe with the like, do whatever you want, I don't care, but, like, me personally, I would feel kinda weird, like, going to a country that I'm not from and trying to tell people, like, "Hey, you should believe this religion," which, I mean, I don't think it's, like, a bad thing, I think it's just, like, interesting, I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, evangelical religions, I guess, like Southern Baptist or Mormon, it's like part of their religion is if we don't spread the good word, then everyone's going to go to hell. So
Yeah.
we have to tell people so they don't go to hell. So I mean, the real reason that they're doing it is because they think that they're helping, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
I tend to kind of not really agree or jive with evangelicalism as a concept either. But I understand why people are doing it. It's because people are indoctrinated into their, their religion to think that they're saving people, when in reality, all they're really doing is pushing their beliefs onto others.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's definitely, like, when you grow up like that, it's like you don't have any other frame of reference, so it's like
Yeah, but like, yeah,
yeah.
to me, it makes sense why people do it. It's just, you know, take you sit back and really look at what you're
Yeah.
doing.
Yeah.
It's like all you're really doing is just pushing your own beliefs onto somebody else.
Yeah, and
And like, who are you to even know that there's an afterlife anyway?
dude, exactly, exactly. It's like, I don't
Like,
know,
what do
man.
your God's right? There's like that South Park episode where um it's all about Mormons, and it's like, everybody dies and they're like a good Catholic and they die and then they go to hell. They're like, "What? I was a good Catholic. I like prayed and did the rosary every single day."
Yeah.
And then like it turns out heaven is just Mormons because they had the correct religion.
Oh, man. That would be so fucked, dude. I
so
would be
so
pissed.
so then it's just like a bunch of like white folk in heaven just like not drinking and like, you know, doing
Soaking.
doing a
Soaking in heaven.
doing a little hoedown in suits
Little
and
jump
whatever,
pump.
and eating like jello and
Oh.
whatever. And then like Satan is in hell and he's like, "Yeah, I'm the leader of hell." And then Jesus and Satan, they like have a battle and Jesus wins. And then Satan's like, "What are you going to do? Send me to hell?" And then Jesus is like, "No, I have a better idea." And then Jesus sends Satan to heaven, and like that's his hell because he just has to hang out with just Mormons for the rest of
It's like,
eternity.
fuck, there's not even coffee here,
It's
man.
like, "Okay, can we drink and have coffee?" And like, "No, we don't do that." And we dance in circles and say, "Lordy, Lord, Lord, yes, yes." And then Satan's like, "No." So, like, it's just ironic. I think that's the most clever episode of anything, like the episode where the Mormons are right.
Yeah.
That's the only religion where you go to heaven.
Oh,
It
dude.
exposes just like how ridiculous the idea of like one religion is right is.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely like a I don't know, dude. I think the right religion is the one that makes you feel like good about life. Like there's like all these different religions to choose from, but there's not one objectively right one, but they can be subjectively right, and that's fine. Like as long as
I don't
it's
know if it's a matter of right. I think that
yeah,
right
yeah,
is you can get caught up in what is right and what is wrong.
there's
I think that it's all about inspiring you to do good works. You know,
yeah, yeah,
if you can look to a religion and it can inspire you to be a good person or inspire you to help others or look out for people or find a sense of community and, you know, make the you know, provide for the next generation, teach people, you know, be joyful, then I think that you're using religion the right way. Like for instance, I was, you ever get approached by people that are like, "Do you have a minute to talk about Jesus Christ?" Or like,
yeah,
you
definitely
know those
have
people.
yeah,
I had someone do that with me the other day, and like, I think the wrong answer is to go, "No, I'm not interested. Go away." That's kind of rude, in my
yeah.
opinion.
It's like they're
I
trying
think,
to share
yeah,
what helped them,
it's like, you know what? You had the courage to come up and talk to me. Let's have a little discussion. Why not? Let's talk about our beliefs. So they came up to me, and I was like, yeah, sure. I mean, I don't really consider myself to be a Christian, but I'm glad to talk to you. I hope you're having good. I mean, look at the sunset. Isn't this beautiful? I'm really glad to be here. And he was like, "Oh yeah, well, what do you believe?" He straight up asked me, "What do you believe?" I basically just told him that. I was like, "If you can use religion to help inspire you to do good things, then I think it's great." That's not really how I don't really think I use religion to inspire me to do anything personally, at least organized religion.
yeah,
Um, but I mean, like Jesus, I guess, can serve as a good example. He was like he believed in the golden rule,
yeah,
treat others like you want to be treated. I believe in that, and that's a Christian ideal in a way,
yeah.
right? But like, I don't know. It's you can use religion for good and evil. It just depends on how you use it.
It's just like anything else. It's like fucking drugs,
You
guns,
can use
money.
money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
you can use guns for good. Yeah, I guess you can kill someone who's evil. What the fuck?
yeah, or shoot a fucking rabid seagull that's trying to eat your fucking face off, or like it just yeah. I like I forget where I even heard this from, but it's like there's nothing unclean in itself. Like like it's up to the individual whether it's a like even this beer right here. It's like this could just be something to wind down after work, or it could control your entire life and make you a horrible person. But it's not really that's making you a horrible person. It's like your own choices of what you do with this nice cold Coors Banquet. Hold up.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna pause this real quick so I could take a piss.
I gotta go too, honestly.
Welcome back, amigos. We both just took a nice piss, not together, but separately, and
Yes, Dylan went first, then I went. And
I made a
and
mess in the bathroom.
did you? No,
No,
no, you didn't.
I did not, but I was very tempted to piss in the sink, if I'm being honest. Just
Uh,
because, I mean, it's right at dick level.
well, I pee sitting down because I'm a feminist.
Nothing wrong with that, dude. We're living in 2025.
Hmm. I'd like to discuss the idea of a hard pivot. I loved our discussion about the Amish, and I loved our religious discussion, and talking about the Zion Lodge and whatnot. But a hard pivot is like when you are listening to classical music, and then you listen to an entire opera, and you're like, all right, time to listen to dubstep.
Okay, yeah, just change it up completely.
So I brought my piano, and I'd like to play some songs for you guys.
Rip it up, brother.
You get the drum sound a little higher, but thank you for listening so far.
Oh, yes. Dude, this is excellent, man.
I haven't even, this has just been from my phone. Hold on.
Oh, it's not even on the speaker?
It wasn't even.
Hold up, motherfuckers. It's about to get way more lit up in this hole.
About to get funky up in here.
Funky like a chunky monkey.
Okay, the drum sound should be a little bit better now.
Oh, yeah. It's definitely picking up on it now.
We'll see how that even sounds in post. Who knows? Shout out Jim Dooley. This is not my drums.
Go Jim Dooley.
Anyway.
Oh yeah.
There we go.
Was that song by Kanye West? The one that's like
Now that song there that I was just playing is my version of Voyager by Daft Punk. And Daft Punk is
okay.
a musical inspiration to me, definitely.
I definitely I don't know. For a second there, I thought it was that one that's like, do it better, makes it faster,
It's
do
the
it.
same band. That's Daft Punk too.
Oh, okay, yeah,
Yeah,
okay, that yeah, because
but
Daft
Kanye
Punk did
sampled
the.
it in Stronger.
Okay,
That's
okay.
Harder, Better, Faster, Stronger by Daft Punk. Same album, Discovery. You got Voyager, and Voyager's bass line is.
Dude, fuck yeah, bro. Okay, so when did like I know we talked about this earlier, but just for podcast purposes, when did you start playing this magical keyboard instrument, man? And
I
how,
did piano lessons when I was a little kid, and it was mostly like classical piano and scales and stuff. And so I mean, I've been playing piano since I was a small child. Um, but it wasn't really until high school that I was like, I don't like doing the lessons anymore. I don't really like being told what to do because all they want me to do is,
Beethoven. Yeah.
that stuff. The It's like, oh, Johann Sebastian Bach is crazy, but
I never.
he didn't make funk. You know what I mean?
I feel like I've never heard that combination of words in my life,
But
dude.
anyway, so it was very classically, oriented, and I do love classical music. But I think I like more like the romantic classical music. The guys that were actually trying to push the boundary of what music was, the people that kind of all probably inspired jazz.
Yeah.
Like your Claude Debussy or your like Chopin's. That's cool. But like Beethoven, he has his place. He was a visionary, and he was really good at what he did. Played all that stuff and didn't even hear anything. Like, come on.
Yeah, like what the fuck?
So there came a point where I was like, you know what? I don't really want to learn classical music anymore. I'm in high school and I'm starting to kind of develop my music taste, and I like rock and roll and indie and techno and stuff. And
Yeah.
it doesn't really correlate with the type of music that I'm actually like learning. So I stopped doing lessons, and then I stopped playing piano, but I picked it back up in late high school and in early college, and I just started learning songs that I actually liked. So then I started learning stuff like, and I got a synthesizer too. And that was a big change.
Mm-hmm.
So I had the fundamentals. I mean, I knew scales, I knew music theory. I can, my hands are right. The piano can be difficult to get the right fingering. You know, that's kind of a weird word, but that's what it's
Fingering.
called, is fingering. Like, so you don't just sound like,
Yeah, it's
you
like
want to sound
saying
like,
it's like saying footing.
right. You
With
like
your
having curved fingers and everything. So I had good technique and a good background, so I was able to pick up on stuff that I actually wanted to play. And I challenged myself to learn all of Bohemian Rhapsody when I was like in high school.
oh damn,
And
that's a long song.
I still can. I'm gonna just like hop into it. So is it like, yeah, it's like that. So I mean, I
Yeah,
can do that, and that was like proof to me that I could do whatever I wanted to do.
yeah.
Like,
I
as long as
mean,
I had like practiced enough, I could do anything. And I just learned songs that I liked, and that's kind of how I played piano for years. Is I would just try and learn a song perfectly, and I didn't really jam. I didn't freestyle. I didn't do anything like that. I just tried to play a song to a T, because that's kind of how I did lessons too. Is like, oh, there's sheet music written. about this is how it should be, and this is the rhythm, and this is the chords, and no freestyle. So I kind of took that with me in learning my own music, and I liked that, but I still felt like that was a little bit unsad,
Like
not as satisfying.
limiting,
It was limiting.
in a way, yeah.
So I would say for the last 3 years, ever since I got my synth and I started recording and I started playing around with more, I'm proud to say that I feel like I have my style.
Dude, yeah, you definitely, because I know you like this, I don't know, I'm gonna butcher this name,
I
Krongbin.
love Krongbin.
I know you love Krongbin, and I definitely can see where you have picked up, like, some style from that, and it's fucking dope, dude. I love the little head the head nod.
Yeah, I love Krongbin. I love jam bands. I love the Grateful Dead. I love King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. And yeah, so I feel like as a pianist now, since I kind of have a good repertoire of songs that I can just play perfectly. If I want to be a classical musician and just be, do that, I can. But to me, I've been able to find a lot more enjoyment and in playing piano, being a freestyle jam pianist, and
Dude,
that's what I see myself as, and that's what I just played. I played kind of my own kind of funky redux of two different Mac DeMarco songs, One More Love Song and Chamber of Reflection. That was the first thing I played. And then the second thing I played was a more funky redux of Voyager by Daft Punk.
it's definitely, like, I could see, like, how that kind of also applies, like, with me with this podcast is, like, when I was, like, first starting to do it, I would try to script out every word I was
Hmm.
gonna say, and it was just like, "Dude, like, what if I don't wanna talk about that," you know?
Hmm.
And now it's like, I have this little notepad, and it's just, like, got a couple bullet points of, like but, like I said, we've only talked about, like, 2 or 3 of these things on here, and the rest has just
Yeah, we
happened.
talked about who are you and who would win in a fight, Amish versus
Yeah,
Mormons.
yeah, and now we're talking about piano, like, but,
Mhm.
like, yeah, I feel like it's just, like, everything is better when you just do what you love,
Mhm.
when you do what you feel right doing, and it's like, yeah, I mean, like, classical music is beautiful, but if that's not your vibe, like, I mean, you're gonna do better doing something else, and yeah.
I do love classical music still.
Yes, yes.
I
It's beautiful, but it is fun to just put your own twist on
Mhm.
things. Oliver Twist, dude. Oliver
Or
Twist.
you can do both. You can put your own. You can jam a classical song.
Oh yeah.
So I feel like the way that I play piano more is I I have written my own music a little bit, and that's something that I want to get better at. But mostly what I do is I find songs that I like, and I will find out the chords. I'll learn how to play it, and I will make the song my own, so to speak, and usually make it just a lot more funky.
Yeah. Yeah, like make it more your tempo, you
Yeah, I
know?
feel like I have a certain rhythm when I play that I apply to most songs.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
and I definitely feel like when I play piano I have a sound. Like I have something that is distinctly me, even if I'm playing another song. One of my very favorite things is playing Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood funk remix. Mm.
Wait, that's the one that's like, "It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood."
Yeah, I can only do it if it's to a beat now. I've lost it's like the
like
then
jazz.
yeah, jazz is cool, but you can also just, you know,
I love it. Ooh, he going off. He going off.
that's just like a little snippet. But yeah, I feel like I have a lot more fun playing piano now because I'm good enough to be able to learn something and then jam it myself.
Yeah, you're able to do it your own way,
Mhm.
and that's honestly like at this point where I'm at in my life right now, I'm starting to understand that like when you do things your way and what feels good to you, that's when you're doing it. That's when you become like the best
Mhm.
at doing things. Is when you're not trying to.
Emulate somebody else or
Yeah,
do something as it's written.
yeah, exactly.
You know, something I'd never really thought about until right now just kind of came into my
Oh,
mind.
right now, right
Yeah,
now.
no, seriously,
All
I've never
right,
really put this
spell
together.
it.
But with the piano, it's an instrument that I've really grown up with. I feel like my ability to play the piano is almost kind of reflective of how I've grown up as like
Yeah,
and like becoming an adult.
yeah. It's like
Because I
it.
played this instrument as a child, but it was this is how you read sheet music and this is what's written and then you play it like this. And that's kind of how school is if you're a kid.
Yeah, like there's one way
Right.
to do it.
You know, like kind of a tunnel vision or just there's one way of thinking and do it right, do it the way it's written, get an A.
Yeah,
You know what I
follow
mean?
the assembly line, basically,
Yes.
something like that.
You know? And I was good at school too. I mean, I was good at following directions. I was good at completing assignments. I think that's part of the reason why I was good at piano because I was like a good student just in general.
Yeah,
So it was something I like actually practiced and did the right way, like they were trying to teach me. But I think that all musicians at some point, if you actually want to be a good musician, you have to have your own style. You have to know what you're
yeah.
doing and
You
do
have
it
to,
your way.
you have to like try things that haven't been done before, and be okay with like, okay, maybe it just sounds like shit, you know, like that. That's like something I'm learning in my life as well. Is like you can't be afraid of failing or like sound, your song sounding like shit, because then with every mistake and like every time you fall down, like you just get an opportunity to improve, get up again, and do it better, and know what not to do next time.
The only wrong answer is not doing it at all.
Exactly, dude. Like it's like with this podcast, it's like before I just recently like booted this back up, it was like I hadn't made an episode in a year, and it was like I could have been making episodes that whole time and none of them would have been wrong, because it would just have like the wrong part about it was that I wasn't doing it. And like I think that's like applicable in like every facet of life, is like if you're not doing it, well that's the wrong way. But if you're trying and
Yeah.
growing, like you're
And it could be anything. It could be making a podcast. It could be a new job. It could be a new hobby. It could be piano.
to be
So,
serving people at the restaurant, like it's simple shit. It can even be breathing, you're only breathing wrong if you're not doing it. But like, yeah,
I guess so.
yeah. I mean, like if, as long as you're still breathing, like you're breathing right, dude. Like,
Yes. Anyway, this is my magical keyboard, and I love it. I
dude,
love that
I know it
I like
loves
my
you
synth
too.
too. I like my synth too. So if I'm ever back here, and I hope I am,
Oh, dude, I would
um,
love to have you on
I'll
again,
bring the
man.
synth, and you can actually like I actually make my own drum beats on the synth.
Mm-hmm.
This keyboard doesn't have the ability to do that, so I just kind of pull up stuff from YouTube, and I don't know. There's so many good drum beats on YouTube.
Yeah,
So it's, it's nice.
Hey, I mean, I don't know if I talked to you about this while we were recording or not, but when I get my new laptop in, I'm actually gonna start making my own music. Like I just started writing this rap today.
Mhm.
Cause like I don't know, rap is just like it's funny to me. Like I have like 2 pages
Bars.
of bars, and yeah, dude, I would love to like collab and
I
like
want you to
make.
rap on this beat. I want you to rap on like because I've been trying to find lyrics for this. So I have your beat. Write the lyrics. We'll make a song. And
If
this is
you
something I
Yeah,
actually wrote. This is original material.
yeah, send me the beat and stuff, and then cause like Anthony always tells me that I have like a way with words that he's never like seen anyone else do. Like I just rhyme random shit and I make my own words like dopalicious, fantabulicious. Like
Okay.
I
No,
like to.
I have beats. We could produce something.
Yes, and it's just like I
I'm not very good at songwriting is something I've kind of learned about myself. Or maybe I haven't tried it enough, but I'm never happy with lyrics that I make.
see. I What I'm trying to do with this one that I made today is write the lyrics, something that just like works and like I could flow with, and then make a beat. Because I used to do this back in high school. I used to like make raps and stuff, like nothing crazy. It wasn't something I was like super passionate about. It was just fun.
Right.
And I would find a beat and then write the lyrics, and then it would like I don't know, take me forever. But now that I'm about to have this equipment where I can just make my own beats, like I think will be a lot easier to just like have the lyrics ready and then kind of get like the flow that I want to go for and then make the beat to follow
Mhm.
that, but yeah, I mean if you got like some beats and stuff, like I would love to try to write some shit. Like this shit's about to be so funny. Hold up, I'll read you one of these bars real
Yeah,
quick.
read us some bars.
Um, I'll read this last one because I just these last two actually. So, throne like a king, pinky ring, that's my bling thing. She blowing up my phone, all I do is ring ring. Money talk to me, man. It tell me ching ching. Go with the flow, go big or go home, man. Yo, girl, she a hoe if you didn't know, bro. She be playing with my dick like a fucking banjo, while she staring at my face like she wants a photo.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm trying to just do it like just me
Staring
style.
at my face like she wants a photo. Hell yeah. Oh, can I read the one over here?
Oh yeah, dude.
Now watch me go with the flow, go big or go home. And I ain't trying to go home. That's a
A
move
move.
for the bozos. Take your dog on a walk like a fucking yo-yo.
You
If
know
you
that
act like
trick?
a bitch,
Fuck.
then that's a no-go.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I be mobbing on the street like a fucking pimp, yo. Trying to talk that bullshit, then you gotta go, bro. Gang and I ball like we're fucking Kobe. Get to know me, brother. Set your soul free. Bars on the mic, man. Then that shit's so heat. Got a bad bitch. Goddamn, why she so sweet? Sweet like a grape. Vape make me go eight. Start the day with a blunt just to set my mind straight. Got the love in my heart, so I never see hate. Bands in the bank got me feeling so great. All these damn wins, man. I guess that's just fate. Oh wait, that's awesome.
Dude, yeah,
That's awesome.
I was doing that at work today because it's just dead here. So I was like, you know what? I'm bringing back my rap
I've been trying to
self.
learn guitar at work. One of my coworkers brought a guitar, and I'm trying to learn how to get better at playing guitar, which I'm not
Wait,
very
who
good at.
brought the guitar?
No,
Oh, okay. I want to have Mo on this show too. The Mo Show.
that's cool.
No,
Mo,
I
Mo has a guitar, and I can play a little bit, but not very much. I'm much better at piano. But I feel like I have the enough like musical know-how to be able to do it. It's just stringed instruments have never been easy for me.
I've tried to learn the guitar, and the one thing that gets me with it is it just hurts my fingers,
Dude,
and
me too. It hurts my fingers, and I never am able to get like a crisp sound. You know what I mean?
yeah, it's always, like, a little, like, sloppy or, like, changing from one note to another, there's, like, a little delay
Mhm.
instead of just, like, you know, like, I can't move that fast
I'm kind
with
of
it.
interested to listen to the part of the podcast where you rapped and I played piano at the same time. I bet maybe it sounds like shit, like you were saying earlier, but
I don't
the only
know.
wrong answer is not doing it though.
Exactly, like, this is what I'm saying, I'm gonna just, like, do this, and, this is the first rap I've wrote since high school, so it's like, of course, if it sucks, but, like,
Sweet like a grape, vape make me go ape.
sweet like a grape bait, make me go ape. Start the day with a blunt just to set my mind straight. Dude, I was, like, going off on this shit, dude.
That's good. It'll be great.
Yeah, it's, like, great like a grape vape. Make
Like
me
a
go
grape
ape.
vape. Got a bitch, she's so sweet.
Mhm.
Sweet like a grape.
Sweet like a grape vape.
Nice. Well, shit. Anyway, fucking A. Should we move on to a new talking point?
I mean, shit, man. Fucking talk to grandma every day.
Mhm.
I wrote this when I was like really fucking high. I was like, Grandma, I love you. Oh, by the way, Grandma, if you're listening to this, happy birthday. I love
Happy
you.
birthday, Dylan's grandma.
Happy birthday, Dylan's grandma. She's the best. Um,
One of the talking points was birds. I liked that. You just wrote down birds.
yes, I know. At first, I was gonna title this episode Oliver the Birdman,
The
but
Birdman.
now I've I've came up with a title, Oliver, the Magic Piano Man.
The magic piano birdman.
The flying magic piano man.
I like birds. Yeah, I mean, I kind of went into this at the very beginning, but I think my interest in birds started at Payne's Prairie.
Pain. The
You,
prairie of pain with a Y.
it's because the bird life, we would keep a counter on which birds we saw every day. We would take statistics, and it actually became science at that point because we were writing stuff down. So I would go and I would walk the boardwalk in the morning, and I would look very, very like closely at everything and write down every single wildlife sighting. Didn't just include birds; it included, reptiles and mammals too. If we saw like a bobcat or a deer or a certain kind of snake, we would also write that. But the most visible kind of animal in a wetland is a bird, definitely.
Yeah, I mean,
So we'd be like, okay, we saw common moorhen, great blue heron, anhinga, snail kite,
wait,
alligator.
you said snail kite?
Yeah, there's a bird called a snail kite.
What the fuck? That well, that sounds crazy.
Yeah, they eat snails,
Oh, okay. And they
but they're endangered. They only live in that part of Florida because there's a lot of apple snails. Anyway,
what are these names? Apple snail.
I learned a lot, Dylan. But anyway, you look at birds and you're like, it's a bird, but there's a lot of different birds, and like actually kind of tuning your mind to seeing individual birds and kind of noting which ones are in which area and creating like a geographical map of your mind, of where birds live and what kind of habitats certain birds live in, was really interesting to me. And when I moved to Zion, that was the first thing that I was interested in, is documenting the bird life. And I did. I would go to the bottom of the canyon and I would walk around and bring binoculars and record every single bird. Um, and if I didn't know, I would use like the Merlin app to like track the calls, and you know things like Steller's jays and spotted towhees. There's actually blue herons in Zion too.
I've actually seen some
Mhm.
like on the river down there.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. I like birds. I like to kind of just pay attention to which ones are where at what times.
I
It's really interesting in Florida because it's such a migratory hotspot for birds.
mhm.
You'll see them different times of year.
Did you know that fuck, what was it? Like 2 years ago now maybe? A bunch of flamingos went from Florida all the way up to Lake Michigan
Damn.
in the winter. Like they were up there like in a blizzard pretty much like on Lake Michigan cuz they got all confused or something. I don't know what happened, but there was flamingos on the beach of Lake Michigan and
That happened when I was a ranger in Big Cypress, actually. Yeah, there were reports of them. I didn't hear Lake Michigan, but I heard Kentucky.
Yeah, I don't know what happens, like, I don't know if they just
There was
get
some
all
sort of like, I don't know, some sort of atmospheric disturbance, like a storm or a cold front, so they just moved a lot. But yeah, there was a weird moment there where flamingos were in like northern USA.
like, what the fuck?
Yeah, but stuff like that's crazy. It's cool.
I think because I remember, like, watching something once about, like, how birds, like, know where to, like, migrate to for, like, the winter and stuff, and, one of the, like, theories, I guess, I don't know if it's, like, proven or not, but they have, like, basically something, like, in their brain that picks up on, like, magnetic fields, and they just kind of follow that. So I'm wondering if, like, maybe, like, the magnetic field of the Earth got, like, all fucked up for a
Who
minute,
knows?
and they just got turned backwards or something, you know?
That could be part of it. That's how sea turtles know where to nest, you know? There's a magnetic signature
Yeah,
of their like beach that they're born on, and that's how they return to the same beach to have eggs.
that's
So
some fucking sci-fi shit right there, man.
it's not sci-fi, it's biological, man. It's just a
It's
sense of
bi-fi,
yeah,
but not fi at all. It's just
it's nonfiction, dude.
bi-real.
But yeah, dude, I mean, there's senses out there that humans don't have that animals have.
Yeah, it's really interesting. Like, I think about that kind of stuff all the time. Like, senses, like, you think it's just like the five, like, see, hear, touch, smell, taste, but it's like we have a sense of balance, a sense of temperature, a sense of regulation. Like,
You can feel hungry.
yeah, you a sense of hunger, a sense of pride, a sense of yeah. We have
A sense
just
of consciousness. Is consciousness a sense?
I don't know.
Could it be?
I don't know, man. Damn, we getting deep.
And then there's ones that we don't have, like, you can feel magnetism if you're a sea turtle. That's how they know where to fucking go. They
Yeah.
go from Africa to the USA and back,
The
and they
only
just know where to
time
go.
the only time I've ever felt magnetism is if I take 2 neodymium magnets and, like, I put one here and one on the other side of my hand, like, one on each side of my hand, and I can feel them, like, pulling toward each other,
Well, yeah, but, like, that's
but
just
that's
touch.
yeah, that's not even, like, you're feeling, like, the
You're not
field.
necessarily feeling the magnetism, you're just feeling pressure from the magnets being attracting
Yeah,
each other.
that's true, that's true. But it's, like, it's interesting that we can't feel, like, magnetic shit because we have like iron in our blood, you know? It seems like we would be able to like hold a magnet right next to your hand and all the iron in your blood would like start to I don't know.
I mean,
Like
we're
I
magnetic
guess
enough to be the thing that lightning seeks out if there's nothing
yeah.
else, you know? Like, if you're standing in a grassy field, the lightning is gonna strike you, not the grass that's right next to you.
Yeah. Or
But
if you're up on like a peak of a mountain and fucking,
hey,
there's
listen to this.
oh,
Ooh.
hold up, hold up. This one's furred for the boys. Oh,
Hey, it's a shame that Churf's not on this podcast.
churf?
Yeah, it's
The
a
fuck
shame. Shame that Churf's not on this podcast.
what is churf?
Churf fucking boy.
Oh, dude.
That one's from my brother. Shout out Eric.
Shout out Eric, let's go.
Anyway, yeah, birds. What's your favorite bird?
My favorite bird? That's a hard one, dude. I think it would honestly, dude, like you taught me about like the canyon wrens, and I don't even know really what they look like, but the sound they make is
Mhm.
just so cool.
It is cool.
Like, I don't know, that's gotta be up there, or like, I don't know. I've always thought seagulls are really fucking funny. Like I like honestly like I don't know because like you were talking about earlier how you grew up like on the beach and shit and like I'm the same way except it's not an ocean beach, it's just Lake Michigan, like that freshwater ocean
Mhm.
basically is what it feels like. But yeah, there was like always a lot of seagulls and they were just always fun to like I don't know, I just look at them and, like, think of, like, what they're thinking, and it's always just, like, french fries. Like, I don't know, it's just
Old
funny.
lady throwing
Yeah,
bread.
yeah, just like, "Oh, food, food," and, like, have you ever seen that video of there was these, like, 2 shithead kids that went to, like, some beach somewhere, and Wait, what? Like, what time is it?
Yeah.
It is 4:48.
Sorry to interrupt.
Oh, no, you're
What
good.
are we looking at? An hour?
For, like, the
Yeah, the
time
podcast.
uh, the last segment we did before we had our piss break was, like, 30 minutes. Now we're at 39 for this one.
Okay.
So, a little over an hour, but, yeah, I mean, we could we could wrap up whenever, dude.
Okay. I just
But
don't know. I don't know if they usually last an hour, however you're feeling.
yeah, I mean, usually I do like an hour. Anthony and I did an hour and 15 minutes yesterday, but yeah, basically with the seagull thing though, there was like
Back
a
to the main point.
there was like these kids that made a YouTube video and they put a bunch of fucking laxative and a bunch of French fries or
Ugh.
something, and all the seagulls ate it. And there was like hundreds of seagulls that had ate these laxatives, and they just started shitting on every person on the beach and just all over the place, just flying around.
Yeah, see, I'll do that, and then in the parking lot as everyone's leaving, I'll offer you know, I'll clean your car.
Yeah,
I'll
car wash.
give the seagulls laxatives. They'll shit all over everybody's cars, and then as they're pulling out of the lot, I'll go, "Hey, I'll clean your car for $10."
Yeah,
Little do they know, I'm the one that
yeah.
put the laxatives in the French fries.
I made your car dirty. I can make it
Hey man,
clean.
listen, create the problem, invent the solution.
Exactly. And sell the solution.
Sell the
Sell
solution.
the solution. That is how capitalism
Just create new
works.
problems so you can sell the solution. That's what I mean. I almost was a pharmacist until I realized that the entire, you know, industry of pharmacy is creating new problems so you can invent new solutions and make
Yeah.
people pay for them.
Give people a bunch of side effects from this medication
So
so
then they have
we
to
can
take a
make
new
a
one.
new medication.
Make people addicted to OxyContin, so then they have to keep buying it.
Yeah, and then we can sell them Narcan.
Yeah.
I love it.
Anyway, I'm glad I don't work as a pharmacist and instead I'm kind of a drifter
Yeah, just
who just does park
not
stuff.
pharmacist.
I feel like I have a cool job though. I mean, I'm grateful to be. I'm a tour guide, by the way. I do guided tours in Zion National Park is what I do, and it's pretty cool. I love nature, and I'm glad I get to share that with people.
Yeah, I mean, and you're great at it too, dude. I mean, even when we go on like hikes, like where it's not like, you're on the clock or anything, it's like I always like come back and I know more about the area, the wildlife, the plants. Like I know more about the rock formations and how things came to be. Like, I don't know, dude. You're very well, I don't know, like I don't know how to say that. Like
I,
well adjusted for that. Like
it's being a good host and being knowledgeable. And
yeah,
I don't work for the Park Service, but my job right now is basically just being a park ranger.
yeah,
I mean, I guide people on how to have fun and how to learn about Zion, and that's what the rangers do. So
word.
I'm cool with it. I'm glad I do it here instead of for the federal government. That's a
Yeah,
whole other thing.
honestly, it's a lot more fun
It's
here.
a little bit more easygoing. The Ponderosa doesn't have a stick up its ass as much as the federal government
Yeah,
does.
yeah, they got not coffee up their ass too. That's for sure. But
Cool, man.
I have to take a piss really bad,
I,
so
I think
I mean,
I
if
think we're at a pretty decent
yeah,
point here. I mean, we've been talking almost an hour and a half.
yeah. So I mean, yeah, dude, it has been an absolute pleasure having you on. I feel like this has been a very fun episode, and I really hope that we have more in the future, dude. Um, I will be linking Oliver's SoundCloud in the description, by the way. So if y'all want to check out more of his tunes, click the link in the description. That's for sure. And yeah, I mean, do you want to serenade the way out, or
I think I'll serenade our way out.
okay? I'm gonna take a piss while you do that.
Thanks for having me, Dylan.
Hey, well, give it up for Oliver.
Thank you, my one-man audience.
Hey, it has been an absolute treat to have you here, man, and I really hope that we have some more episodes together again soon.
I'll be here all
Yeah,
September and October, man.
this has
So hit me up.
this has been very fun, and I hope that everybody listening had a great time as well. First time ever having live music on the show, so thank you for that.
Cool having a live recording sesh.
Dude, yeah, it's I hope that we also make some music together and
Well, I mean, when you got bars like that.
yeah. Make me feel like a grape vape like an ape or whatever.
Great vape, so great, make me feel like an ape.
Yeah. Well, hey man. Yeah, I will have Oliver's SoundCloud link in the description if you want to check out some more of his stuff. I know it's hypnotizing, smooth operator over here, but yeah. Do you have anything else you want to say?
Just glad to be here. Thanks for having me.
He's glad to be here, and thanks for having him, guys. Um, Sweet. Well, until the next time, I hope y'all have a good time, whether that be a day, a month, a year.
Hey, listen to the Duca episode.
Listen to the Duca episode. That's coming up tomorrow, boys. And yeah, I guess I have a Sean episode tomorrow too. So that'll be interesting. Um, Sweet. Well, hey, peace out, motherfuckers. I hope y'all have a day just as lovely as you are. Bye.